Pensacola Christian College welcomes you to Turkey Bowl 2021. Pensacola Christian College welcomes you to Turkey Bowl 2021.
Hello and welcome fans from all over, whether from around the country or around the world, watching from the comfort of your own home or even watching on a mobile device. We are super excited and delighted for you to be a part of the 47th Turkey Bowl provided by Pensacola Christian College. In today's women's champion matchup, the Bears will be facing off against the Dolphins. The Bears, who won the championship last year, are returning their striker, Atalia Jones, who also had a hat trick in last year's matchup. Both teams standing at 8-0 in their conferences. The Bears also had 42 goals netted in this year. The Dolphins, on the other hand, are playing with Annabeth Hatcher, who was also the two-time Collegiate Athlete of the Year. With them netting in 48 goals, this should be a really great matchup between both two teams, who are both the only two teams who are undefeated on the women's side of soccer. Plenty of action awaits here in today's eventful matchup. But before we go ahead and kick things off, let's go ahead and allow you guys to watch the promotional videos provided by Pensacola Christian College. We'll be back soon.
It's a passion that unites us. The heartbeat of everything we do. Since 1974, we've been building, reaching, expanding our limits. And yet today, one thing hasn't changed. Pensacola Christian College empowers leaders to influence the world for Christ.
You only have one life. What are you going to do with it? This is a place where you can be empowered to fulfill God's calling and pursue your passion.
I had told my pastor before coming here, I was like, I don't really like school, but now on my third year, learning is so much fun.
Incrementally, we're ready to do more, we're ready to face more, and to say, this may not be the easiest thing I've ever done, but it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Teaching is communicating facts, but the bottom line for me with teaching is connecting the material so the students not only know it, but appreciate it and also know how to use it.
We have great faculty and they honestly inspire me.
They'll constantly tell you, if you need something, come talk to me. You can have a really good teacher-student relationship. And that's one of the reasons why I chose PCC, is to have faculty that love God to help me further my spiritual walk with Christ.
Faculty are saying it's going to take hard work and dedication to be the best at whatever you're doing for God's glory. Everything that I see here is Christ-centered.
Why is PCC here? It's to change lives and make them more like Christ.
They want students to make an impact on the world. I think their goal really is to change the world, and they do it one student at a time.
Hello and welcome fans from all over. I'm Alvin Chapman alongside with Clint Peterson. And Clint, I'm super excited to be broadcasting alongside with you the 47th Annual Turkey Bowl.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Got a bunch of venues out here. I see Crumble Cookie to my back right. Got a bunch of events out in the stands, and just a lot of people from the college that are going to come and enjoy a fun night.
Two pristine teams on the women's side of soccer playing here tonight. The Delta Gamma Bears along with the Zeta Delta Dolphins playing here tonight. Both teams standing at 8-0. What are they going to have to do in order for them to hedge over and get the win today?
Well, honestly, Alvin, I think they got to stick to their strengths. They gotta do what they've been doing all season. You said both teams 8-0. They got to stick to that.
Thank you so much for tuning in. But let's draw our attention to center field as we have the introduction. My apologies, of both teams.
5 minutes. While you're waiting, enjoy beverages and food from the concessions trailer at the left of Griffith Tower and the food truck near the Visual and Performing Arts Building. Again, team entrances will begin in just 5 minutes.
Thank you for paying attention to our PA announcer, Drew Fennell. But Clint, both teams standing at 8-0 and also have 40 goals top to their seasons.
Yeah, like I was saying before, they just got to stick to their strengths, all right? And they know what they've been doing all season. They've had the goals for it, and they played the defense for it. They just got to stick to what they've been doing all season, using the full width of the pitch, just doing exactly what they've been doing. But it should be a very good game, very exciting to watch for all these fans that are coming out here for the, I believe you said 47th annual Turkey Bowl. It's pretty exciting.
Yes, also the second on the girls' side. This is also a preview of last year's matchup, the Bears versus the Dolphins. The Bears took the win for that one and also have returning this year the game's MVP, Natalia Jones. She had a hat trick last year.
Really? Wow. That's pretty interesting statistics. Yeah, probably look for her, especially a lot of experience. I know for me in the experience role that I have, experience goes a long way. So Natalia, she's going to have to be a leader on her team tonight. And just lead her team again to victory. Or I guess we'll see if the other team can just whip up a little revenge, little tactic here.
Clint, you being a two-time All-American for our Eagles team here for Pensacola Christian College, what do you expect these teams to do defensively in order for them to be strong in this game?
Well, the biggest thing defensively is you got to play together. You can't just be a one-man show. You got to get a solid defensive leader back there, and you got to be able to play as a whole. You can't just be the whole back line and the midfield not working. You just got to be the whole team working together. And so, honestly, defense wins championships. And so, honestly, we'll see who can play the best defense tonight. And I believe if you can play the best defense, it'll be a victory for you guys tonight.
This game, a little bit more different than the guys' game. We have 30 minutes for two halves and also 7 players on the field for both teams. How do you think that's going to affect the pacing of this game?
Well, I mean, if you look at the field, it's pretty decently sized, but I was saying before, you got to use the full width. So it's a smaller size field than a lot of people are used to seeing, but if you can use it to be as big as possible, whichever team can do that best and use the most space on their offense, that'll probably find most success on the offensive end. And so we'll see who can do that better tonight.
Sydney Tozer, a junior center midfielder from Maine. She played a lot of years of travel soccer before she came here. Was on that team last year for the Delta Gamma Bears as well. What is her experience going to be effective for this team to possibly get a victory?
Oh yeah, a lot of experience there for Sydney. I know you mentioned a lot of travel ball. She's definitely got the experience, and like I said before, she's a leader. So just I'm guessing her team's going to rely on her tonight. So just for the consistency part, if she can stay consistent and make a lot of plays happen, they'll be leaning on her tonight for sure. But we'll see what will happen. It'll be interesting. It'll be fun to watch.
Let's go ahead and switch it over to the other bench. On the Dolphins, we have a couple players from the same state, and actually they played against each other in high school. We have Gabrielle Copeland. We have Sydney Anderson, who's in goal for the Dolphins. And also we have Annabeth Hatcher, the 2-time Collegiate Player of the Year. They both played together. How is that chemistry going to be effective and show on this field here tonight?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, anybody that plays the game of soccer knows that chemistry goes a long way. If you've only played with somebody for a year, like a lot of these players have, you could see it in the chemistry that, I mean, how many games he's played this season? 8 games, yeah. You can win games with just first-year players, but whenever you play together for a long period of time, it really builds the chemistry, and it'll really show on the field. So that'll be a big strength to them tonight. But it'll be interesting to watch. So I'm sure those players will definitely have fun playing in front of all these players, all these fans here tonight.
I did a poll earlier from all of the players playing here tonight. I believe a total of 55 players between the guys and the girls team here tonight, and almost 50% of them are all sophomores. How do you think that's going to affect not just this game, but the game later tonight?
I'm not sure. I mean, it's sophomores. I mean, you got a little bit of experience. I know you said it was a matchup from last year, so maybe some players on the team here from the last year's Turkey Bowl, but it's honestly anyone's game. So you can't just determine sophomores. It's time to step up. It's a championship. You've had some experience already building throughout the season. So honestly, I don't think it would affect it that much tonight, but I guess we'll see. You never know, the nerves in front of all the fans here tonight. So it'll take a toll on you for all the lights and all the cheering going on here tonight. So we'll see how it goes.
Clint, one more question before we do that. Let's go ahead and kick it over to Drew Fano. My bad for not asking that question. So we can go ahead and get the introduction of both teams. Thank you so much.
Having won one championship with a record of 8-0-0, scoring 48 goals while allowing 7. Give it up for your Zeta Delta Dolphins!
for those just joining in, welcome to the 47th annual Turkey Bowl provided by Pensacola Christian College, and also the second consecutive for the women's side. Please draw your attention to the center of the field for the introduction of the starting lineups.
Now introducing the starters for your Zeta Delta Dolphins. Number 15, a junior goalkeeper from Tennessee, Lindsey Anderson. Number 11, a junior center forward from Texas, Madison Burkholder. Number 13, a junior left middle from Tennessee, Gabrielle Copeland. Number 24, a sophomore right back from New Jersey, Alima Hassan. Number 23, a junior center middle from Tennessee, Annabeth Hatcher. Number 10, a junior right middle from Pennsylvania, Michaela Martinez. Number 21, a sophomore left back from North Carolina, Emily Skinner. Tonight's official is Nino Mendez. The team captains will now meet in the middle of the field for the coin toss.
All right, good evening, ladies. So we got Dolphins and Bears, so we'll be calling in the air. So Bears will tell 50 and ahead. What do you have?
The Dolphins have won the toss and have elected to defend the west side.
Thank you so much, Drew Fennell, for the introduction of the starting lineups. The Dolphins have won the toss, and they have chose to defend. But before we go ahead and kick things off, let's have the introduction of the starting lineups here. Clint Peterson. For the Dolphins, in goal, Lindsay Anderson, Maddie Burkholder, a junior nursing major, Gabby Copeland, Alima Hassan, two-time Collegiate Athlete of the Year, Annabeth Hatcher, Michaela Martinez, and the captain of this Zeta Delta Dolphins team, Emily Skinner. And the starting lineups for the Bears: Samantha Bowling in goal, Riley G. Willem, the freshman at right back, Atalia Jones, the captain for this Bears offense, Becca McPhail Fossey, Kennedy Regal, Sydney Tozer, and Kala Vledman. My apologies right there.
You good, Al.
The Bears will be in the center for the kickoff.
Enjoy beverages and food from the concessions trailer at the left of Griffith Tower.
Clint, what are you expecting this team to do from the tip-off?
The game will begin in just
Yeah, I
4
mean,
minutes.
being this on a small field, it's either, I said it before, it's anyone's game right here, but being on a small field, it's easy that once one team gets on a big run, it could just get out of control. So once some mistake happens and maybe a team gets up 1 or 2, it's critical that a leader steps up and says, hey, no more, let's get our momentum back, let's get organized here. And so it'll be interesting to see who will step up in front of the pressure and just who will be the leader on both of these teams tonight.
A very experienced front for the Delta Gamma Bears. They have Tozer, and they also have Atalia Jones, a person who won the MVP, looking to possibly win it again. What do you think that experience is going to take as a factor for this ball game for the Bears?
Right. You mentioned Natalia, and then you also mentioned Sydney. So it'd be interesting to see them to maybe link up here and use their experience to their benefit to help their team, the Bears side here, to get a victory today. We'll honestly see two good players. We're going to see if they can put the ball away early. And like I was saying before, I mean, you never know what momentum can happen really easy. And I said that you should be able to regroup and just be able to stop that as a defense, but ultimately as an offense as well. I mean, you want to be on the other side of it. You want to see if you can keep that momentum going and see if you can maybe bury like 2 or 3 here early. And once you get 3 goals in or 2 goals in, it's really hard for a team to regroup from that. So if one team can do that, it'll be really hard for the other team to come back early. But we'll see how it goes.
Clint, let's be honest here. You've been here before, and even with more higher implications, whether on this field or even at the national tournament, you've been in big games. You've been in championship games. You've been on national tournament runs. You've also won the region your freshman year. As being the captain of this team, what do you think Natalia Jones and Skinner are telling their teams and their ball clubs right now?
Oh yeah, it's a big leadership factor here for big games like this. I mean, you got one chance at it. That's the beauty of the playoffs. That's the beauty of the finals here. And so you just got to make your opportunities count. There's nothing really you could say, but you can be a leader yourself and you can put in the work. So Natalia, Sydney, just all these big leaders on this team, they're going to do everything they can, and it's up to the maybe the bench players that come on and get a few minutes. It'll be a big factor if they come on and put in some good minutes to succeed with the victory today. But we'll see how it goes today.
Goalkeeping is a huge aspect in the game of soccer. We have Anderson and also Bowling in the box here for both teams. You played along, actually you're continue playing along with the second team all-region goalie here for the college, Adam Lund. What are some things that he does before game and even pre-game to prepare for moments like this?
Oh yeah, Adam's a great keeper. He always prepared himself mentally, physically, just doing what he needs to do to get ready. And he's honestly a big asset back there to have right behind me. So I mean, he does good jobs cutting down angles, just communicating with us back there, and that'll be crucial for the keepers here as well. I mean, any keeper should be able to communicate with their team and kind of direct the traffic there. I mean, the keeper can see the whole field, which even the center back, he can see most of it, she can see most of it, but the goalkeeper, it can see even more than the center back. So big leader aspect right there for, I believe you mentioned bowling, and then the other keeper as well. Just big leadership aspects from a lot of these players on this team, but we'll see how everybody takes it as we begin the opening kickoff here in a second.
Jones in the center of the field for the opening kickoff. Clint, I believe we do have an exciting matchup before us, and also a preview of the matchup we saw last year, the Bears versus the Dolphins, and we're underway. Tozer with the ball, gets it towards her back line. Hatcher, she gets a quick steal, gets it over to Copeland. Copeland crosses it middle, and that was a near goal for the Dolphins.
What a save. That was a great save. And just like I said, they're coming in early. That's what this team wants to do. The Dolphins had a quick strike, and a good save by the keeper to be ready for it.
Corner for the Dolphins. That one goes long. Behind that ball, number 10, Michaela Martinez. Set up a throwing opportunity here for the Bears, my apologies. Another throwing opportunity awarded for the Bears as they can't get the ball past the Dolphins attacking third. Long boot along the sidelines. That'll be a throw-in for the Dolphins. I believe that is Hatcher for the throw-in. She throws it towards the middle. Martinez can't get to it. Long run for Jones. Jones, she feeds it middle. Stoppage of time by the center official. Ball awarded to the Dolphins. Behind the ball now, Martinez gets it into the middle. McPhail-Fassey with the ball guarding Gabrielle Copeland. She now has an opportunity for a throw-in. My apologies. That is now awarded to McPhail-Fassey. Bowling gets the ball, boots it forward. Fassey somehow gets a foot on it as well, sets up a corner kick opportunity for the Dolphins. Clint, normally the person who kicks the corner kicks for the Eagles is Vermont Rhodes. What are you expecting to see out of Hatcher as she already kicks the ball faster than we expected?
I mean, yeah, I'm guessing Hatcher was maybe looking for something quick, maybe to catch the defense off guard there, but I see a lot of this in the early goings of this game that maybe a little bit of nerves are sitting in, but not really any one person taking over, anybody controlling it. It's a lot of nerves kicking in right now. I think the team just needs to settle it down, maybe possess the ball a little more, but we'll see.
Fassey quickly double team. Ball ends up on the foot of Vledman. Vledman, she gets the ball taken from her by Copeland. Sets up a throw-in opportunity. Jones. Great thought there by Jones. Try to get it right into the back of the box, right off the throw-in there, Clint.
Oh, yeah. It's a great thought. You saw number 13 was taken off guard by that, and I think that's what number 7 was looking for right there, to try to get a quick opportunity, which they did.
Vledman gets it back to her back line. Tries to feed it middle. That'll be a goal kick opportunity for the Dolphins. Back to kick it, number 21, the captain for this team, Emily Skinner, gets it right over to Jones. Martinez gets a foot on it. Martinez working up the sidelines. Martinez close to the box, tries to cross it. That goes too long. Great thought there by Martinez.
Yeah, it was a great run. It's very good. Barely got by off the opening kick from the goal kick, and then right when that happened, it was a great turn, and she just kept running with it. Went a little bit too long, but ultimately that was the right idea. She's got to get it crossed in there right before it goes out.
G. Willem with the kick in. She hits the dirt. And the ball awarded to Bowling, the keeper. Behind the ball there, number 20, Kennedy Rangel. She sends the ball forward. Tozer, she finds Vledman. Tozer with a lot of room to work here. She'll send one to the box. That's too long.
It's nice to see, though, a shot early. I know a bunch of players are kind of scared to do that at the beginning. They just want to possess the ball, and, but it's a good shot there. At least tests the keeper and tries to, anything can happen when you shoot. So there you go.
Jones, she kicks the ball towards the middle. Intended target, Fledman. That's met by Copeland. Martinez tries to kick it forward. She can't do that one. There's Burkholder, gets it stolen by McPhail. McPhail with the move. Burkholder receives it. Sets up Martinez. Martinez with a lot of room to work here. Regains her step. Ball back to Burkholder. Here's Annabeth Hatcher. Gets it back to Burkholder. Ball hit off Fledman. Possession will remain with the Dolphins. Not a lot of attacking from either team 5 minutes in. What do you think both teams have to do to get some offense going here, Clint?
They just got to settle it down and use the full width of the pitch. There's a lot of just quick little trying to turn and not playing as a team in a sense, and just using all their assets as they can. Use their players and then just settle it down and be composed. That's probably the biggest thing, is you can get some offense, get some good chances going forward, as you saw that one little run right there towards the opening part of the game. That's what they need to do, just settle down, stay composed, and the opportunities will come. We got 24 minutes left in this first half, and then another second half to come.
Great kick try by the Dolphins, but that's no good. Tries to capitalize off the free kick. Here's Jones working on Skinner. Jones again. Jones gets it taken right from her. Skinner hits it out of bounds. Great counterattack move by the Bears. Lafort with the throw-in. She tries to find Tozer. Collected by the keeper, Anderson. Anderson, she finds Martinez, somehow keeps the ball in bounds. 7 minutes passed through this ball game already. Here's Martinez. McPhail, she gets the ball here, finds Tozer. Tozer very strong with the ball, tries to boot it forward, sets up Natalia Jones, and she tests the left back. My apologies, the right back. Jones with the ball. Jones, she crosses it middle to Lafort. She can't get a foot on that. An extremely different game that we saw from last year. There was a lot of goals going back and forth, but Clint, 7 minutes in, still 0-0.
Yeah, defense is playing well. They're playing composed, and ultimately it's been hard for the offense to finding room going forward, and I love to see it, to be honest. As a defender myself, I love to see a slower type of game like this.
Rangel had the ball on her foot, but that'll be a throw-in opportunity for the Dolphins, as 7 minutes, now 8 minutes, have elapsed in this ball game. Behind the ball now, action has to throw in for the Dolphins. That goes into the box. McPhail hits it out of bounds. McPhail Fossey, my apologies, that's her entire name. This will set up a corner kick opportunity here for the Eagles. Hatcher behind that ball. Annabeth Hatcher, not just a really good athlete herself, but from a family of athletes as well. Had, I believe, Ben and Joel Hatcher, some of her brothers who used to play here at the college and also for the Cobras Collegian. And one interesting fact about her is that her grandfather used to be a football coach at University of Tennessee.
Wow, that speaks volumes right there.
Jules Swain checked into the ball game here for the Dolphins. Now Tozer with the ball in the middle. Beautiful through ball. Swain is there and makes a smart decision to hit that one out of bounds.
Yeah, sometimes that's what you just got to do. I know a lot of times you want to regain possession, you want to make the star play, but ultimately it was a good decision by the outside back, just to reset and say we'll regroup.
Ball thrown into the middle. That's batted back out. Burkholder with the ball on her foot. Long ball into the middle. One touch pass there by Tozer. Here's Swain. Swain gets it taken away from her. In the middle goes. Here's Tozer. She'll boot up and fire. That's batted back by the Dolphins. Beautiful defense displayed by both teams. Ball was on the line for a second, but the Dolphins will take over with 9 minutes elapsed in this first half. Tozer, great control of the ball. Gets a lot of pressure, but still holds on to it. Copeland, she fires. That's no good. Gabrielle Copeland, a junior nursing major here at the college. and plays a number of sports here for her collegiate as well. Entering into the 10th minute of this ball game, just a reminder for the fans at home, there are two 30-minute halves and no extra time awarded by the official. Hatcher, she crosses one into the box. That's batted back by Tozier. Jewel Swain with the ball. She sent it to the middle, recovered by Bowling. Bowling, she works it middle. Long ball gets into the Bears attacking third. But Emily Skinner behind that ball. Tries to find Gabrielle Copeland, but she hits it out of bounds. Finds LaForte. LaForte, she moves inside. An opportunity to score here for the Bears. That's batted back. Beautiful defense by the Dolphins. And great job by Gabrielle Copeland, not just letting the ball roll out, but hitting it to the sidelines, creating a throwing opportunity for the Bears. Tozer moves it inside, but Skinner is there. Rangel tries to hit one. That's no good. Shot to the box. Beautiful save there by Anderson. Working up the sidelines is Martinez. Martinez not with a lot of options. She's met by two defenders, and she falls as well. Swain, she tries to save it. Beautiful pass inside. Skinner is there. That ball gets hit out of bounds as we are entering the 11th minute of this contest. Riley G. Willem behind the ball for the throw-in. Keeps her right foot down in that situation as well. Burkholzer gets a foot on it. That rolls out of bounds. Clint, still no score here with 11 minutes elapsed in this ball game.
Yeah, you see the Bears getting a little more chemistry on it as of lately there.
Shot at the box, and it's good! The Dolphins strike first. There's an instant replay in that scenario. Let's see that one again. Miscues on the goal kick. I believe that's Burkholzer. She sends one to the box, finds the left corner of the goal, and scores here first for the Dolphins.
Yep, caught me in my words. I was just saying the Bears are getting a little more chemistry, but I guess that's what happens. Right when I say something, I think it just comes back to bite me. But it was a great play. Just be ready for that goal kick. It was a bad ball, but maybe the keeper, but great anticipation by the Dolphins player, and they ultimately finished.
And she also places that ball in the right position as well. I think a quote by Lionel Messi, most of his shots go to either the right or left corners of the goal.
Right, yeah. That's where we kind of have an instinct to put it. The keeper's not there, so it's typically where we want to shoot it, and a good job by the player that scored there. Great finish.
That was Madison Burkholder. Martinez finds Swain. Swain into the middle to Hatcher. Hatcher with the long ball. Beautiful thought there, but no one's there. Sets up a goal kick opportunity here for the Bears. The last goal kick opportunity the Dolphins capitalized on. Burkholzer, a sophomore nursing student who's also from Hawaii. Not from Hawaii, but has been to Hawaii. She's been playing soccer since 6 years old and also played at her public high school close to her and also was the co-captain. Stoppage of time there by the center official. And for the fans at home who are watching, just to let you guys know, you should stay tuned for both games, the guys and girls game. The guys playing at, I believe, 7 or 8 o'clock, and the girls playing right now. That's another shot towards the goal. That's batted back. The Bears can't recover that one. That was number 11, Katie Hawkins. She checks into the game as well. Here's Martinez. Martinez, she finds Hatcher inside. She tries to move towards the box. Beautiful move there. Sends one to Bowling, and that's no good. Beautiful strike there by Hatcher. Swain keeps that ball in bounds. Beautiful through ball, intended target Martinez. She lets that one roll out of bounds, and that sets up a corner kick opportunity for the Dolphins. Quick one for them. Great shot by Hatcher. Here's Martinez. Martinez tries to sneak one behind Bowling, but that goes out of bounds.
Ultimately, the Dolphins did that on their, I believe this is maybe in the first 3 minutes, that they tried to get a quick corner. It didn't work out for them right there. They connected with it and almost got a good result from it. It's good. I love to see it. Catching the other team off guard, that's something I try to stress a lot where I play for, and it's very good anticipation by number 10 right there.
Number 10, that's Michaela Martinez. Here's another shot in the box, and it's good! You were just talking about number 10, Michaela Martinez. Let's see that play again. Hatcher, she finds her inside, off the foot of McPhail, and Martinez just the right place at the right time.
As what I was talking about a little bit earlier, this small-sided field makes it very easy to have a lot of runs. Kind of like in basketball, you go on a couple of runs, like maybe 8 or 9 points, and the other team comes back 8 or 9 points. This is what's going to happen if the Bears are going to need to step up on defense and get their offense going as well. They need to prevent this momentum by the Dolphins right here, and ultimately just find something going.
Cross inside, beautiful thought by the Bears there. That sets up another goal kick for the Dolphins, who are now up 2-0. Beautiful move inside, shot at the goal. Joel Swain is there. Key stop there by junior from Santa Rosa County, Joel Swain. That'll set up a corner kick opportunity for the Bears. Behind the ball, number 16, Elena Todd. Todd sends one middle, misses all players. Burkholzer, she's there. Finds Hatcher. Hatcher, she snakes through the entire defense. Hatcher trips up and falls. Beautiful slide tackle there by the Delta Gamma Bears. That ball rolls out of bounds. Clint, the Bears down 2 in this situation. They're in the mid of this first half. What are you expecting them to do as of now? Another shot towards the goal for Madison Burkholzer, and that's no good.
Like I said before, these teams have both played in this last year, so I know both teams have good experience, and they've been 8-0 on the season, both of them. And I mean, they know what they need to do. They need to regroup. They need to get together. Ultimately, we're going to see how it pans out, but it's another good opportunity right there. But we're gonna see how it pans out. But they just need to regroup on defense and through the middle. I think they had a good game plan together a little before the Dolphins scored their first goal. They just need to get back to it. It's been interrupted by 2 goals that were not lucky in a sense, but it kind of caught them off guard. So they just need to get back to the game plan that what they were doing before.
Tozer move inside, gets past the defender. Tozer, she crosses in middle. Hatcher's there. The Hatchers have a 2-0 lead as of now. They haven't won a soccer championship since 2003, when a lot of these players on the field were born. So what do you think they're going to have to do in order for them to possibly secure one today, as the Bears can't get a shot on target? Here's Burkholzer. We'll answer that question later, Clint, as the action gets a little bit more heated. Tozer, she gets past one defender. Tozer, she cuts inside. Hatcher's there again. The 2-time Collegiate Women's Athlete of the Year from Greenbrier, Tennessee, gets past the defender, and Hatchers makes another defensive stop.
Yeah, it was a good call there by the ref. He allowed for advantage to go on, ultimately allowed that shot to get off. You'll see a lot of times where the ref didn't see the continued play, but it's a good call there by the ref to allow play to go on, even though there was a foul there by the Dolphins. Allowed them to get a shot off. And if it wasn't for that block, it could have been a potential goal.
119-006. Again, number 119-006. 006. Congratulations. Come to the announcer's booth to claim your prize.
Cross inside by the Delta Gamma Bears. That's no good. Beautiful defense there by Burkholzer. Holder, my apology. I've been called a Holzer the entire game.
To enter the drawing for prizes, please visit the booths by Griffith Tower.
Holder makes a beautiful play there. Now with 10 minutes left in this first half, we've been seeing a lot of offensive prowess here from the Bears. Still nothing on the board. What do you think they have to do to strike next? Never mind, beautiful run out. Jules Swain was there, but that's interrupted by the Bears' stifling defense. Move inside, Delta Gamma Bears. Tries to cross it middle. No one's there. Ten minutes left to go in this first half of action. Boots the ball towards the midfield. Tozer tries to get on it, yet it's guys out of bounds. Delta Gamma, they had an opportunity to convert on that one. That's no good as well. This will send up an opportunity for Annabeth Hatcher, who's made a lot of defensive plays in today's matchup. Shot towards the goal. That's no good. Swain with the beautiful move inside. She crosses it. Actually, she doesn't. Tries to take a shot of her own. Somehow still has the ball. The Bears recover, but Skinner is there. Skinner with the beautiful long ball inside.
Wow.
And that one nearly gets past Bowling. Kathy Hawkins tries to make a run for it. That's no good. Here's Martinez. Martinez cuts inside. That's taken by Hawkins. Hawkins tries to make a run for it. Hassan is there. Open midfield here for the Bears. Intended target on that pass was Tozer. That wasn't good enough. 8 minutes left to go in this first half of action. Here's the throw-in. The junior from Maine tries to make a move inside. Holds on to the ball. Shot towards the box. Anderson is there. Martinez with the move. Gets past her defender. Shot at the goal! And that's good! Beautiful shot by Michaela Martinez. Let's see that one again. We see the beautiful save there by Anderson. Martinez with plenty of time and move to operate. Gets past the defender and nails one into the left corner again, Clint Peterson.
It's all about anticipation. Saw in her first goal. She anticipated it coming, right? It was a deflection, popped up, and bang. Caught the keeper off guard, caught the back line off guard. Keeper for the Dolphins threw it out quick. Michaela, she got it real quick, and she just caught him on a counterattack. And she ultimately is doing well for her team here, and she's putting her team up early. Good little turn there.
Works it inside. Here's Jules Swain. Tries to make a move. McPhail Fassey is there. Tozer. She has a lot of room to work here, and she nearly scores from that half-court line.
It's a great shot. Left-footed, too.
That will set up a goal kick opportunity here for the Dolphins, who are up 3-0 early. What are the Bears going to have to do to possibly fight back in this matchup? Because although they're down big, there's a lot of time left in this game here, Clint.
Yeah. They're up 3-0, Dolphins are. Bears, ultimately, they're playing good soccer. It's just the small little counterattacks. The Dolphins are doing well. And honestly, I think this is a really closer game than the scoreboard might seem. And I really think that the Bears have the capabilities and the strengths to come back and possibly make this game pretty interesting.
Ledman tried to make a move inside. Hassan for the throw-in. Here's Martinez, the right winger, who now has 2 goals for the Dolphins. Inside to Hatcher. McPhail is there. Fledman, Hassan, she wins that matchup. And I'll set up a short corner kick. Ash, no, but it'll set up oh no, it does. A short corner kick for the Bears. Inside, can't get a foot on that one.
Great opportunity, though. See the Bears try a little bit of the same tactics that the Dolphins were trying, a little bit of a quick play that the Dolphins ultimately scored off, and they had a good opportunity there, the Bears themselves.
Hatcher tries to work it up the sidelines. That's batted back. Fledman had the ball for a second. Now to get it to Burkholder. McPhail, the lone defender by herself. She's attacked by Swain. Here's Burkholder. She finds Swain. Swain tries to set up Martinez. Long ball for Martinez. Can she get to it? She does. Martinez gets by her defender. That's stolen away from her. Hassan with the long ball inside. And that nearly found the high post.
It's a little closer than I thought it would be. Heard the fan reaction. I had to do another look. I think I looked away, and then I looked back, and it was on top of the goal almost. Great opportunity there.
Dolphins still up 3-0. Completely different matchup that we saw last year, where the Bears were in the driver's seat for majority of the matchup.
It's a great tackle there. Michaela has been causing on number 10 on the Dolphins. She's been causing a lot of havoc on this right side. It was a good tackle to just stand her up right there.
Tozer with the counterattack. Tozer gets by her defender, tries to set up Fledman. Anderson receives it. LaForte with the ball. She gets inside. Tries to set up Tozer. That ball's too long. Tozer inside to Fledman. Martinez is there.
Great little 1-2.
Great 1-2 pass there by Sydney Tozer and Fledman, but that ball flies out of bounds. We'll set up a free kick opportunity here for the Dolphins. Behind the ball, Gabrielle Copeland. She sent it to the midfield. LaForte is there. Swain with a bunch of moves inside, gets past 3 defenders, and she hits the dirt. Tozer with the counterattack. Fledman back to Tozer. Swain, she's on the floor, hard to get up here. Center official isn't stopping time. Yes, he does now. The clock continues to run here. But Clint Peter, let's talk about this first half of action. And it's really been the sophomore and junior duo by Burkholder and Martinez.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're doing a good job anticipating, quick play, a bunch of stuff, and that's ultimately their strengths. Like we talked about before, they got to play their game. They got to play their strengths, and ultimately that has been theirs. And they've come out here and done a very good first half. It'll be interesting to see these last 3 minutes what will happen regarding if Bears can come back out and maybe get one before the half, or maybe even Dolphins catch them on a counterattack once again and put this game away.
Jewel Swain, she comes out the game for the Dolphins. Although they are up 3-0, what are they going to have to do to keep their foot on the gas to possibly get their first ever Women's Turkey Bowl championship since 2003?
Well, they got to use the scoreboard on their side. The thing that they got on their side right now is time, because the Bears do not have that on their side. The Dolphins are up 3-0, and ultimately if they want to win this game, they just sit back and trust the scoreboard. That's all you have to do.
We've seen games where teams have been up big, but yet they play like they're down. What do the Dolphins have to do to not be one of those teams?
Yeah, I mean, I think that can you ask the second question again?
Oh, my apologies, brother. So, for example, the Dolphins are up 3-0, but what do they have to do as Toad takes a shot into the box and misses? But what do they have to do to not play like they're down, but play to the score that they actually are playing to?
Yeah. I didn't hear that one, so I was going to try to make up an answer. But I think it would be better for the viewers and everybody if I just heard the question again. But yeah, I think ultimately they just got to regroup. I've been saying it all game long. They have to play their game, and I don't think they found their groove yet. The Bears have made a lot of substitutions, is what I've seen, and I'm not positive about this, but I think maybe every single player has gotten on, and that kind of messes up some of the chemistry sometimes of what they want to try to get done. Look to see maybe some of the substitutions, or maybe just they're starting their best 7 on the field maybe in the second half. so they can try to get a good chemistry and good groove going on this second half.
Martinez with the quick move inside. If that ball would have stayed in bounds, he possibly could have gotten a hat trick in the first half of action.
As the half comes to a close, the remaining time will be kept by the head officials.
As we enter to 1 minute mark, the center official will signal us when the first half, I was about to say the ball game, when this first half is over. That's a throw-in violation. Here's Lafort. Lafort inside. And Hassan is there with a quick move and gets the ball out of bounds. It will stay here with the Bears. Lafort with the ball for the throw-in. No one turns towards the center. Here's Sidney Tozer, makes a move to Fledman. Tries to do a nice one too, but that's messed up there. Lindsey Lafort with the ball in the midfield, tries to send one towards the box, and that goes out of bounds.
I see a lot of smiles on all the Dolphins' faces right now. They're pretty happy with their 3-0 lead at halftime. Look to see if here you go, another opportunity.
Martinez tries to get three. Can she? And that's just off wide left of the goal.
Yeah, that'll put an even bigger smile on their faces. But I don't know how much time is left. I see on the scoreboard it says zeros, but I think it's in the hands of the referee right now, just to allow. I know that one player went off, but I think we're just going to have a little more of additional time, and there it is.
And, ladies, wait, is that it? I believe it is.
Oh,
it's not. I thought that was it. That's why apologies right there. I mean, that is a re-kick for Rangel.
There it is. I see the zeros on the scoreboard, and I hear a whistle, and I kind of automatically assume, but.
Rangel, she sends one to the middle, and I believe that was the whistle signaling the end of the game. Yes, I'm positive, Clint.
Right, that one was it. They're running off. That was it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of this matchup. That's the first half wrapped up. The Dolphins are up 3-0. The story of the half has been Michaela Martinez, but we'll be back after a few promotional videos provided by Pensacola Christian College.
You only have one life. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to influence your world for Christ? This is a place where you can be empowered to fulfill God's calling and pursue your passion.
Working as a physical therapist, it is a ministry all its own to just build a relationship with the people. I mean, that's my ultimate goal, is I want to help people get better.
I want to go to law school, get into a cybersecurity program. That way I can incorporate both programming and law, protecting companies from cybercrime.
I love being around people, and I love learning about people. I knew that with nursing, it wasn't just about helping people physically, like it was helping them spiritually too. That's what's important in life.
As I began to pray more, God, I have a huge decision to make. Where am I going to go to school? I only have one life. What do you want me to do with it? And he began to show me that what I enjoy doing can be used for his honor and for his glory. God led me to Pensacola Christian College to pursue my passion for finance through a biblical perspective.
I had told my pastor before coming here, I was like, I don't really like school, but I know I need to go for nursing. So I'm gonna go and I'll have to study really hard, and I just didn't really look forward to it. But now, like on my third year, learning is so much fun. And I didn't feel like that freshman year.
I'll look back and I'll be like, man, I remember I used to struggle with that. And then maybe a freshman looks at what I'm doing and they're like, what are you even looking at? I'm like, this is easy stuff.
Incrementally, we're ready to do more, we're ready to face more, and to say, this may not be the easiest thing I've ever done, but it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Last summer, I did an internship in Germany in a genetics lab, and I was able to use the techniques and tools I had learned in the labs here over there, and it made so much more sense because I already knew what I was doing and why I was doing it.
I think teaching is communicating facts, but I think the bottom line for me with teaching is connecting the material so the students not only know it, but appreciate it and also know how to use it.
My teaching isn't about me. It's about where God is taking each individual student down the road.
We have great faculty, and they honestly inspire me. Seeing all of these faculty members who have doctorates, you can definitely see what they've learned reflected through what they teach.
They'll constantly tell you, if you need something, come talk to me. I've had teachers other places, and they'll say that, but if you go up to them, they don't really want to give you the time or try to respond. And here, it's just totally different. You can just have a really good teacher-student relationship.
The faculty are saying it's going to take hard work and dedication to be the best at whatever you're doing for God's glory. That philosophy will always work.
Sometimes they'll ask us, what verse do you think would apply to this? How a verse would relate to a situation.
Biblical worldview is seeing all of my life through what God has shown us in Scripture.
And that's one of the reasons why I chose PCC in the first place, is to have faculty that love God to help me further my spiritual walk with Christ.
If my goal is to be in the will of God, it helps so much to know that my teacher has that same goal.
Everything that I see here is Christ-centered. Their main purpose is, we want you to see more of Jesus Christ. That is what I see in PCC.
Why is PCC here? It's to change lives and make them more like Christ. I hope that I can just have a little part of molding and shaping them like the Lord Jesus Christ.
They want students to come out of PCC and to make an influence and an impact on the world. I think their goal really is to change the world, and they do it one student at a time.
As president of PCC, I want you to know that we're committed to providing an excellent liberal arts education that's built upon the foundation and truths of God's Word. We won't compromise on biblical principles, and our purpose is to equip you for whatever it is God's called you to do. Make the most of this opportunity in life, and choose the college that best prepares you for that calling. PCC has so much to offer. We're located just minutes from the beautiful sugar white sands and emerald waters of Pensacola Beach. We're known for providing the best education value among accredited Christian colleges. And we have great facilities and activities that'll provide memorable experience to your college life. So as you think to the future and think about choosing a college, don't just choose a college because of its location, near home or by the beach. Don't just choose a Christian college because it's affordable like PCC is. And don't just choose a college because your friends go there and it looks like a fun place to attend. Choose a Christian college because God's called you there. Because that place will empower you to influence the world for Christ in whatever God's called you to do.
More than 2 million tourists come to beautiful Northwest Florida every year for sun, sand, and surf. But Pensacola Christian College is another appeal on the Gulf Coast that causes 4,500 students to enroll for a different reason: to influence their world for Christ. Students choose from 9 different departments with 59 programs of study and 32 minor tracks. Qualified faculty are available to assist students at every step as they pursue excellence. These students graduate to become employees at leading companies in their industries, such as Apple, NASA, Procter & Gamble, and the Mayo Clinic, each one using their education to succeed in the workforce. Students stretch themselves outside of the classroom as well. On the court, the PCC Eagles fight to protect the nest in NCCAA basketball, volleyball, and soccer. Students participate in over 1,200 intramural athletic events a year, from basketball to tennis to rock climbing, broom hockey, and ultimate frisbee. And students raise the bar artistically as well, with more than 100 campus performances a year, from large and small dramas to band, orchestra, and 3 different campus choirs and singing groups. But most importantly, students get a chance to serve Christ in more than 80 ministry opportunities on and off campus. And ministerial students serve in over 25 local churches. One quality, Christ-centered education for one record-breaking, affordable price. 64% of students are employed on campus, earning up to $6,400 a year. And 7 initial scholarships can further reduce total cost by $4,000. And continuing students have access to additional scholarships. Qualifying for the 4th-year tuition-free program can cut costs by $8,052. 78% graduate completely debt-free, and 94% are employed or in grad school within a year of completing their undergraduate studies. A multitude of experiences equals one amazing college. Pensacola Christian College, empowering Christian leaders to influence the world.
You're ready for college. You're excited about the adventure, the challenge, the successes lying ahead of you. Say the word and your bags are practically packed. But let's face it, you're not sure how you're going to pay for it. There are a lot of expenses that can drain a savings account, and you might be thinking, just how am I going to pay for this? First of all, you start by choosing Pensacola Christian College, one of the best values and accredited Christian colleges, which is going to save you an average of 50% of the cost of a similar education. Next, take a look at the 4th-year tuition-free program. If you qualify, your tuition will be free your 4th year. That's a significant savings, cutting the total cost of tuition by 25%. Be sure to check out and apply for applicable scholarships. There's a range of scholarships available, whether your parents work in full-time Christian service, you're planning to be a teacher, you or a parent served in the armed forces, you have a parent that graduated from PCC, and more. There's even a scholarship that will credit you back any money you spent on Abeka Academy tuition, grades 9 through 12. After you enroll, there's also over 40 additional scholarships awarded to continuing students every year. Working on campus is always a great option. Over half of PCC students work on campus from 8 to 20 hours a week. A great way to reduce remaining expenses while at the same time gaining valuable life skills. If you need a loan to help you out, the Abeka Education Fund or Sallie Mae loans are available to students. So, while paying for college can be intimidating at first glance, there's no reason to let that stop you from following your college dream. Find out more at pcci.edu/financialinfo.
Want to get a head start in college? With Pensacola Christian College's online dual enrollment program, you can do just that. Open to juniors and seniors in Christian schools and Abeka Academy homeschoolers, dual enrollment students can take up to 6 online courses per year, all counting towards PCC college credit requirements. With 3 different options throughout the school year and summer and over 20 courses, choose to lighten your college load. And, depending on your major, finish college early. You will be able to fit courses around your schedule. A perfect way to complete many of your general college education courses before you graduate high school and step foot on campus. To learn more about getting a head start on your education today, visit pcci.edu/dual enrollment.
If you like to engage in ideas, if you like to know why do we believe this or that, then the Humanities Department is for you. We have a broad range of classes that we offer students to help them feel well-rounded, to help them broaden their communication skills, and most important, to give them that anchor in truth so that they can go out and do whatever God calls them to do. And so that's our desire, to give our students biblical principles in which to interpret literature, in which to look at God's providential hand in history, in which to look at our current political landscape. We have the light of God's Word to give us good principles to do what is right and to make right decisions. And these biblical principles apply whether you're analyzing the history and trends of the English language or discussing the distinctives of America's founding. We have faculty who are very passionate about their fields. Many times students, they'll tell us, I'm so grateful for the things that I learned in your class. So when we see our students going out and affecting real change, taking the ideas that we have given them to influence others, it is a great joy. If you're interested in the humanities department and in one of our majors, come visit us during college days. Come to an advanced grammar and composition class or one of our history classes or a state and local government class. We'd love to have you come.
Welcome back, fans from all over. Albert Chapman alongside with Clint Peterson as we are broadcasting the 47th Turkey Bowl in school history. Clint, tell me about this first half of action.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the scoreboard, that's pretty much how it's gone so far. I mean, Bears have tried to control it a little bit, but ultimately Dolphins have been the one putting it in the back of the net. So we'll see if Bears can get some result for their labor here starting out the second half.
Michaela Martinez with 2 goals in the first half, the sophomore. Tell me about her performance.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend at halftime, and he said he knew her, and he said that she actually played D2 soccer at NCAA. So not sure if I trust the sources there, but I mean, it sure has looked like it the first half. So we're going to see if she can continue her success down there on that right wing. But just very interesting the way that she's been playing. She's been taking over this game.
Sydney Tozer in the middle. She's trying to move quickly here, but that ball flies out of bounds. The Bears down 3-0. The last year's winner of the first ever Women's Turkey Bowl. What are they going to have to do to possibly continue to be the defending championships of that title?
Well, they're going to have to score 4 goals, Al. Pretty sure. Pretty sure that's how it works. But ultimately, they're just going to have to find some opportunities to just put the ball in the back of the net. The keeper's done a really good job of limiting the opportunities, and same with the back line of the Dolphins. They just got to find a way to break that back line.
Here's Burkholder and Hatcher behind the ball, expecting a little bit of misdirection from the two of them. Dolphins up 3-0. A win tonight will be their first ever women's championship since 2003. Sets it up in front for Burkholder. She gets inside. That's batted back by the Bears defense. Beautiful thought there by Hatcher.
That was an indirect free kick right there, and the official signified that by putting his hand up straight in the air. And basically what that means for the viewers that don't know, but it means that somebody else has got to touch it before it goes in the back of the net. So the opposing team, the Dolphins, could have struck it on goal, but if nobody else touched it, even if it went in the back of the net, it still will not count, and the Bears would be awarded a goal kick or something of the sorts. And so what they did there first off was touch it and try to get a little touch, and then they could shoot it on goal, which they tried.
Thank you so much, Clint Peterson, for that explanation of the game. Man, your wisdom is beyond your years. I'm not going to lie to you, brother.
No, you're flattering me, Al.
Not goal kick, but throw-in for the Dolphins. Behind the ball there, Michaela Martinez, the sophomore from Pennsylvania. Gets it inside to Burkholder. Tries to save the ball from going out of bounds. Deflected off the Bears. Burkholder, she throws it to Martinez. Gets a foot on the ball, but that rolls out of bounds. Sets up a goal kick opportunity for bowling.
Yeah, I said first half that what the Dolphins need to do is just sit back and play some good defense. And honestly, that's not what they've been doing right here. They've been taking it to the Bears. It's an interesting strategy by their part. The Bears could have some counterattacks, but ultimately, I don't think the Dolphins are satisfied. They want to get this. They want to keep this game in their hands and just keep trying to score even more.
Long ball there by the Bears. Will set up a free kick opportunity. My apologies, a goal kick opportunity for the Dolphins. Skinner, she finds Copeland. Copeland, she's attacked quickly by Tozer. Gets a hand on the ball, yet loses it. Beautiful defense by Hassan. Bang, bang play on the left side of the field between Skinner and Jones. I believe the ball will be awarded to the Dolphin. Yes, it does. Seems like this second half is going by a lot faster than the first half. Here's Michaela. She tries to send one into the box. Beautiful shot by her. I believe if the goals were bigger, that probably would have been a goal for her.
Yeah, for sure. love to see the second half action actually start real quick. We said in the very first half that it was kind of going a little slow. Teams weren't getting into their groove, but now, I mean, we're having a lot of opportunities come at us really quickly.
Vledman, she gets inside, gets to the deep corner, crosses it inside. Anderson is there.
I think that was intentionally a cross, but unintentionally, I think it almost was on target. It was the shot.
That creates a throw-in opportunity for the Dolphins. Hassan behind the ball. She throws it into the middle. There she finds Burkholder. Hassan, she hits that one out of bounds. It's a corner kick opportunity. A mistake by her, which the Bears can possibly capitalize off of.
Yeah, I'd like to see a little more urgency here by the Bears, maybe get this going. I know it went out pretty far deep, but if anything you want to control coming back into a game, you can always control your urgency and your effort. So getting this ball in quickly, there's a great opportunity there.
Natalia Jones, she tries to set up, I believe, Tozer. No, Fledman instead nearly finds the back of the net, but that goes above the post.
Very good opportunity.
McPhail, huge kick, loses the ball and ends up kicking it out of bounds. Sets up a throwing opportunity for Martinez. Michaela Martinez, she finds Copeland inside. She's met by Tozer. Tozer gets by her defender. She's on the move here. Martinez with great defense on Tozer. Both very experienced soccer players to their names. Tries to work it up the sideline to Tozer. Is that ball in bounds? No, it isn't. Does set up a throwing opportunity for the Bears. Here's Tozer. Burkholder, she's met by Tozer again. She's trying to do a little bit of everything tonight.
Tozer's all over the field, isn't she?
Here's Ellie Cummings, the freshman from Burlington, Massachusetts.
I think a high kick was called there, maybe. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
That awards Annabeth Hatcher the ball, as the Dolphins are now 24 minutes from the first women's championship in almost, I believe, 20 years. Let me do the math here in my head. Since it was 2003 the last time they won it, now it's 2021. I believe that's 18 years. Luckily, you're the accounting major here in this situation.
There it is. I got nervous that you were doing math. I can't be wrong on that if that's my major, so.
Tozer, she tries to make a move inside. That's batted back. Retrieving the ball here for the Bears, number 20, Kennedy Rangel. She'll also be behind the ball for a free kick here for the Bears as well. And that one skies out of bounds. Intended target, number 14, my apologies, number 44, Riley G. Willem. Skinner, she finds Hatcher. Quick move inside. And that will be not a re-kick, I believe, but it will be a penalty kick. I don't know what specifically the call is. But, a near shot inside for Hatcher. And that would have been a beauty if it went in. A lot of knuckle and a lot of speed inside for that attempt. And this mistake by the back line for the Bears. Cross inside. Beautiful defense there by Skinner.
It's great speed there. Great speed and anticipation to get on that. Just wish you would have been able to get that, maybe past that one player, and then there would have been a good opportunity with Sydney running on the front post.
This sets up a corner kick opportunity here for the Bears. Ellie Cumming behind the ball here. She sends it inside. McPhail back to Cumming. She tries to cross it inside. Gabrielle Copeland is there.
Yeah, a touch too many there. Maybe just look to take that maybe first touch, or even just take a quick touch and get that crossed in. Ultimately allowed Gabby Copeland to get a little closer and be able to block that.
G. Willem tries to work it up the sidelines for Cumming. And now will be a free kick opportunity for the Dolphins. 21 minutes left. For the Dolphins, Copeland behind the ball. Skies it middle to Burkholder. G. William is there. Here's Cummings. And Anderson with the easy keep. A one-on-one opportunity. Martinez and Rangel. She tries to get inside. Somehow managed to keep the ball on her foot. Finds Hatcher. She works inside.
Great save.
Great save by Bowling. Bowling manages to get a hand on that ball. If she didn't, that possibly could have been the 4th goal of the ball game for the Dolphins.
I believe the ball was already out there. I think that's why the ref stopped play to allow for that. The keeper poked it off, and then it went out of bounds here on the touchline here.
Burkholder with the inbound, not the inbound, but the throw-in, thinking it's basketball season, ends up on the foot of Martinez. Martinez with the beautiful defense. Now she's met by Burkholder. Martinez comes up with the ball here. Stoppage of play by the center official. Sets up a free kick opportunity for Rangel. Rangel, she boots one long. Gets past the entire defense of the Dolphins and rolls out of bounds. The Dolphins now 20 minutes away from their first ever championship since 2003, which is pretty cool for me as well because me being on the Barracudas, the Dolphins is actually my sister collegian for this year, so this will be very awesome to see them win.
For sure.
Skies inside, intended target, I believe Tozier. Can't necessarily see it from here, but that's no good. Last year's MVP, Italia Jones, not in the game here for the Bears. How is that affecting them offensively?
And Natalia is one of their better players. Maybe we're looking for her to get in pretty soon here and get some of their offense going. I think one of the key aspects that I would like to see going forward from the Bears is once you get forward, not just having that back line sit, maybe adding a left back or a right back coming forward with you as the Dolphins look to just sit back a little more and just be satisfied with their 3-goal lead.
Not a lot of action here in this second half as the Dolphins are now 19 minutes away from their first ever women's championship since 2003. That ball skies out of bounds. McPhail's Fassy behind the ball for a free kick for the Bears. Sends that one up the sidelines and rolls out of bounds. Those who are looking to find more Turkey Bowl action in the later broadcast, Alvin Chapman and Clint Peterson will be broadcasting that one as the Vikings take on the Stingrays. The Vikings being in 4 Turkey Bowls in the world, not in the world, but in a row actually. And the Stingrays, their first one since 2011. Hatcher inside, Bowling bats that one back. But what's your opinions on that next game coming up? I know you have a couple friends on both teams, and I believe you actually worked with the Stingrays a little bit as to prepare for this upcoming matchup.
Oh yeah, we had a couple pickup matches where the Stingrays asked a couple of us to come out there, and so we just played and had a good old time, and it was really fun. And then of course I got some friends on the Vikings, so it kind of split. I don't really know who's going to come out with the victory, but I know it's going to be a pretty hard-fought battle, and I know both teams really want it, and I know Stingrays haven't had a Turkey Bowl for, I'm not sure the statistics on that, but I think they've had maybe 2, or Alvin, maybe you can help me out with how many they've had.
They actually have 8 Turkey Bowls to their name, but the last time they've been in one is since the year 2011.
Wow. So that's pretty it's pretty good, but I think Vikings have, you said they've been here for the 4 Turkey Bowls in the past 4 years, so they definitely have a little more experience, but it'll be interesting to see. I know it's going to be a physical game, and both teams are going to want it for sure, and it'll just be a fun game, and the crowd will definitely get into it.
Tozier, she receives the ball back, tries to send it inside. That's no good. She's guarded by Hassan deep in the corner, tries to get past her man, but that hits off her left knee. But a very intense matchup that we have next to us as well. The semifinal matchup for both teams are also really interesting as well. For the Stingrays, they won 3-2 to the Dolphins, but the Vikings nearly lost to the Hornets in overtime.
Yeah, it was a good game. I was out there for both of them, and like I said, for this upcoming matchup tonight, both of them extremely physical. Crowd was getting into it, and it's going to be double the effect of what it was in the semifinals here in the finals tonight. I mean, you get this far, you would just want to leave it all on the field, and I know a bunch of the players are going to do that tonight. So it'll be fun, it's exciting, and I know a bunch of the student body is just looking forward to this Turkey Bowl, as the girls' game and also the guys' game coming up.
Long ball, Anderson is there for the recovery. Well, let's talk about the men's Turkey Bowl a little bit more. 3 players on the Vikings who have been a part of all 4 Turkey Bowls since they've been here: Seth Kenny, Braden Harmon, and I believe Maverick Hayter. What do you think their experience, and I believe they're all on the back line defensively as well, is going to aid to the success for the Vikings in about an hour?
Yeah, Seth Kenny, I know he's one of the leaders in that upcoming game and in the team. He has got a big role in his collegiate, and he's just he's a good leader for vocally, and then also just on with his technical ability as well. So I mean, he'll do well. I know Brady, and then you mentioned Maverick as well. All these guys on the back line, they've got experience. They know how to manage the game. Just look for them to set the tone of the game. I know they got the experience coming in, so it'll be interesting to see.
Copeland, she gets on the foot of that one, nearly punches one in, but this will set up a throwing opportunity for the Bears. Here's LaForte. Martinez with the ball. She takes a shot. That's wide left. The Bears now 14 minutes away from their first ever championship since 2003. Yet the Bears do have a lot of time to possibly punch in 3 goals in and possibly take this one to extras.
For sure. They got to get that going, though, pretty quick. It's already been 15 minutes past and no goals so far, so it'd be hard for me to see 3 goals coming pretty soon in the next 15 minutes, but we shall see. But they definitely got to get one in here pretty early.
Martinez inside. She's behind the ball here. Gets past her defender, and that's a goal! Give her a hat trick!
Give her the MVP, too.
Michaela Martinez. Let's see that one again. Beautiful move inside. Gets past her defender. Not just 1, not just 2, but 3 goals tonight as she puts the Dolphins up 4-0. That might do that for them as well, Clint.
That might do it. Michaela's just done a phenomenal job for her team tonight, and I guess she wasn't satisfied going into the end of the first half. She said, all right, let me get one more. Let me get that hat trick. You know, it's a fun feeling to have a hat trick. I've never felt it in quite some time, but it's really fun to just know that your presence has been rewarded with all those goals.
Kind of ironic because the person who had a hat trick last year for the Bears, Natalia Jones, she hasn't been in the game since the beginning of the second half. How's that affecting her team currently?
Well, it's affecting them pretty big right now. I mean, Natalia was a big leader for their team, and ultimately I'm thinking that's what they're a little bit lacking. I mean, we've got some players on the field that are good leaders in themselves, but maybe they just need that one little key player, Natalia.
Hatcher with the great cross inside. That's no good. Hassan on the right side of the field gets that taken from her. Shot towards the goal. That's batted back. Another opportunity, but Anderson is there once again. Anderson gets it to Hatcher. She has a lot of room to one, tries to get past her defender. Copeland's there, a long ball intended to Martinez. Burkholder might get there first, though. She does. Burkholder, she crosses inside to Copeland. Copeland gets a foot on it. Gabrielle Copeland, she keeps it inbounds here for the Dolphins. Beautiful 1-2 pass for Vledman. Vledman. Yes, I did say that right. Vledman gets past her defender, and Anderson is there once again. Anderson doing a great job in the goal here for the Dolphins, and I believe that's a handball there by the Bears.
Yeah, Anderson's doing a very good job. It's always good to have a clean sheet, and it's speaking for itself there.
Ball inside. Skinner's there. LaForte gets a foot on it. Ball still in the box for the Bears, and that gets batted out by the Dolphins defense. Under 12 minutes from now for the Dolphins to get their first championship. What emotion do you think is in their mind right now as they're now up 4-0?
I mean, I think they're in control of the game. I think they're enjoying it right now, though. They're not celebrating too early, but they're just enjoying the game of soccer, and ultimately that's probably the best feeling. I mean, they're playing this sport for a reason because they love it, and right now they're up 4-0 in one of the biggest games in the finals. So they're enjoying it. Got the fans behind their back, and they're enjoying themselves right now.
Peterson, we were talking early before the broadcast. You were mentioning you were going with the underdogs. You were mentioning how the Bears were obviously the favorite, but since the Dolphins lost last year, it might have had a little bit more anguish to them. How do you think they're batting back and possibly even proving themselves on this Turkey Bowl night today?
Oh yeah, they had a lot to prove, and ultimately you can be the favorites coming in, but what you can't tell is just is desire and want, and ultimately that's what we didn't see on the paper. And the Dolphins had a lot of it tonight. They had a lot of heart, they had a lot of want, and they had that loss in their minds from last year, and they've come out here and executed almost to perfection tonight. Not a lot of mistakes. They've limited them to very few, and they've come and they put their chances away tonight. So it's a good play from their team all around. The keeper doing well, get a clean sheet. Their back line staying with it, and then ultimately putting their chances away.
Throw in by Copeland. And the official stops time.
Sets up a free kick here for they play quickly.
That ball's batted back on the foot of the Bears now.
It's a great ball. Great look.
That'll be a throwing opportunity for the Dolphins. And as we mentioned here before, Michaela Martinez is the high man, well, not the high man, the prominent player tonight in this game.
We know what you mean, Al.
Yeah, through her high school career, she played for FC Providence and also Westmont United Premier. A lot of experience under her belt as far as travel ball, and you said travel ball could be a huge difference here when it comes to experience on this field here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she's definitely shown a lot of it in this game tonight, and she's came out big for her team. And ultimately, I definitely couldn't see her not getting the MVP award tonight. She's come through, got a hat trick, and she's finished her chances. Any chance she got, she buried it, and even if it was a hard one, whatever it might have been, she took advantage of it.
Anderson, she controls it. She has a clean sweep tonight. And now the Bears have an attacking opportunity. Crosses it inside. And Natalia Jones tries to convert on that one. That hits the far post.
That just sums up the match for Bears.
Martinez makes a variety of moves inside, even makes a defender miss as well. But that ball rolls out of bounds on the left side of the floor. Michaela Martinez playing in her first ever Turkey Bowl, and she's leaving her mark on the floor tonight as well. A sophomore from Pottstown, Pennsylvania, and a graduate from Valley Forge Baptist Academy. She's in the box as well, makes another move, makes two defenders miss, and nearly scores again. Here's Hatcher, she gets a foot on the ball. Anderson, she comes out of her position and finds Skinner. Hatcher lets the ball roll out of bounds and awards the ball towards the Delta Gamma Bears. Throws the ball inside. A lot of room to work here for LaForte. Can she convert? No, she can't. Here's Michaela Martinez. Beautiful setup towards the middle. And a long ball there for, I believe, Tozer, but that goes way over. A lot of frustration there by the Delta Gamma Bears, now being down 4-0. Long boot inside. Anderson is there. Now the Dolphins 7 minutes away from claiming their first ever championship since 2003. They've been in multiple championships, but now this will be the first time for them to even just take it home. Clint, take me back to the moment when you won the national championship your freshman year. What was going through your mind? What emotions were running through as well? Because that was also a close game as well. That came in golden goal, and a near miss there by Delta Gamma.
Right, as you were saying, back my freshman year with the opportunity to go to the national championship down in Orlando, Kissimmee, Florida, and it was a good week, and we had won our first 2 games and had some close semifinal games or whatever you might want to call it, and then we found ourselves playing Providence, but it was a big game, and it came down to two overtime periods, and where we had a golden goal late, and we ended up winning, and it was a great feeling. And so I know a bunch of these players here might be about to feel that same victory feeling just after they get that title.
Ellie Cumming with the long ball inside, that misses. Here's Burkholder, loses the ball, and now ends up on the foot of Cummings. Here's Tozer, beautiful move inside, gets past the defender, and a beautiful deflection there by Anderson. Great footwork there by Martinez, splits the defenders. Now the Bears try to counteract. Here's Cummings, she crosses it inside, no one is there. Beautiful job by her to draw 2 defenders to the middle, leaving that space open for her to cross it as well.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity. She took a quick touch, and she had a lot of speed, actually, and then she got that cross stand right, creating a good opportunity. It was just nobody was able to capitalize on that.
Ball into the middle for Delta Gamma. And Martinez makes another move. Martinez, she loses it. Huge cross sets up for Cummings.
It's a great look.
One thing that's great for this girls' game is that there's no offside, so if you really wanted to, you could just boot the ball over and the referee can't do anything about it.
Right, that would be an interesting tactic. I'm glad that the teams have decided not to do that, but it's possible. The rules of the game, they say that you could do that, so, but.
Cummings tries to set up a player in the middle, yet that ball goes too far. Now the Dolphins 4 minutes away from claiming their first ever Turkey Bowl championship since the year 2003. What a feeling for this collegiate ball club as well, especially for playing in the first one last year and but losing so close. Bowling, she comes out of her position and holds on to the ball.
Yeah, I think she actually picked it up right outside the box. I don't know if she just forgot where, or she just lost track of where that line was, but the ref ultimately decided to reward a free kick here. And I believe, yep, there it is. It's going to be indirect as well, so the opposing team, or the Dolphins, have to touch it first. There it is.
Martinez makes a move inside, gets it back to Hatcher. Hatcher gets past her defender, somehow ends up on the foot of Martinez. Clint Peterson with a short corner kick like that and not a lot of room to operate. What do you expect for them to do in a situation like that if they get it again?
I mean, I didn't mind what they did there. They tried to play quick, and ultimately it just didn't work out for them. But I didn't mind what they did. The angle wasn't the best. They could just try doing a quick little touch and launching it at the keeper, and then maybe get a person back post. That might work out, but what they did was as good as a scenario that might be drawn up.
Here's Rangel behind the ball for a free kick opportunity. Finds Tozer. That ball's taken away from Hassan. Hassan, she's stepping out of position. Here's Annabeth Hatcher. Annabeth Hatcher, beautiful shot inside for Burkholder, and she scores! Burkholder gave her second goal of the night. And let's push this lead to 5-0. Let's see that one again. Martin, wow, I believe that was the wrong play.
Goal made by
My apologies,
number 11,
ladies and gentlemen. We were actually looking at the last play which was scored by, I believe, Michaela Martinez. My apology, but Michaela Martinez and Burkholder has been the story of this game today.
For sure. It was a very good opportunity, and like I've said before, they've just been burying them. Every single opportunity they've been getting. Bears have been getting some opportunities, but you know what it's been? They haven't been able to capitalize. They haven't been able to finish. And Dolphins, they've been able to finish. But don't mishear what I'm saying. Dolphins have definitely been the most dominant team here tonight, and it's definitely showing on the scoreboard.
Martinez, she gets past the defender. Martinez, she gets tripped up in the open field. And the referee awards her the foul call. I believe he's going to his pockets as well. Might pull out a card here. And gives the player a yellow card. Was that appropriate?
I mean, I think it was. It was a possible goal-scoring opportunity if she got by her, and then it was one-on-one with the keeper. So, I mean, you could argue that the touch was going sort of close out of bounds, but I think it was a good call by the official, and we'll see what they can do with the free kick.
This will set up Annabeth Hatcher behind the ball, sends one into the box, and she scores! A no-doubter shot by the two-time Athlete of the Year for the women's side, Annabeth Hatcher, and she buries a goal. Let's see that one again. Hatcher, she winds back, finds the corner again, and Clint, we mentioned earlier that in soccer, that's the place you really want to aim as far as goal scoring, the bottom two corners of the net.
Yeah, that's what she did right there. It makes it hard for the keeper, especially on a free kick like that.
Remaining time will be kept by the head official.
And get to her left or right, and ultimately it had enough power on it, so she couldn't do it quick enough.
Anderson, she keeps the clean sheet there, puts a foot there to stop the ball. We're under a minute now, and Clint, it's a little obvious. Our 2021 Turkey Bowl champions of this year will go to the Zeta Delta Dolphins.
Right. I don't think I can see the Bears coming back from this one, but ultimately, congrats to the Dolphins. They played a great game today. They buried their chances, and
oh, there's an opportunity there, but Skinner with the great defensive stop, the captain and coach of this ball club. Now the time dwindling into the seconds. Many people were able to get on the board here for the Zeta Delta Dolphins, but the person that we definitely have to highlight the most here is Michaela Martinez, the sophomore from Pennsylvania.
For sure.
And that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. A champion has been awarded.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the 2021 Women's Soccer Championship is the Zeta Delta Dolphins.
Thank you so much, Drew Fennell, for that great announcement as the Zeta Delta Dolphins take home this Turkey Bowl championship this year.
Yeah, it's phenomenal, and I see that they're over there enjoying it on the field, as they should. They played a great game. They've had a great season, and ultimately they need to just go ahead and enjoy this award that they're about to get and enjoy the moment.
Please draw your attention to Mr. Gentry out on the field, who is currently about to award the Turkey Bowl champions of this year. We got one champion, but another one will be coming here at about 7 or 8 o'clock. Vikings versus the Stingrays.
Sports coordinator, Mr. Jacob Gentry, will present the Women's Collegiate Soccer Championship Trophy.
It's gonna be pretty high, just like this game was.
Super excited for this ball club. The Dolphins take it home. There goes my sister collegiate right there, the Zeta Delta Dolphins. Let's get this one started. Round of applause for them as they celebrate in the middle of the field.
People back home, I don't think I've seen Al happier. He's pretty happy right now for his sister collegiate, so he's pretty happy, just like the Dolphins are happy on the field right now.
There's been different champions in the past year. My freshman year, it's been the Gators. The year after that was the Bears. Now it's the Dolphins. How excited do you think the coach and the players of this ball club feel right now?
I mean, it's been a long time coming for them. You mentioned that they were in it last year, and they had some little bit of revenge that they wanted to happen in this game, and they ultimately got it, and they came out and executed to perfection, and they're excited to just come back from the previous year and just get a victory tonight.
A lot of players played phenomenally well here tonight. Annabeth Hatcher, Burke Coulter as well, but the player of the game that I think, in my opinion, the person with the hat trick, Michaela Martinez.
For sure, yeah, she deserves it. She's probably going to get a lot of recognition from her teammates and fans just for this victory tonight. She went out and she had a game plan, and she ultimately finished.
As they move the goalposts back and spread out the field as well, ladies and gentlemen, the next game will be coming up in a couple more minutes. The Stingrays versus the Vikings, but until then, it's Alba Chapman alongside with Clint Peterson, the two-time national champion. And actually, no, my bad, not national champion, but All-American.
Next year.
One-time national championship, possibly next year. But we are saying so long from Pensacola. Thank you so much.